Welcome back to my channel. I pray that you're blessed and that everyone around you is blessed as well. I'm Tina from Tina Wonderfully Made. If you're new, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. If you are returning, I love you. Thank you for being part of the Wonderfully Made family. Let's get into the video. As you can see, I think I am like 99% done with my book route. Okay, so yesterday, as soon as I got out of work, I'm like, I'm going to get 2 bookshelves at least. So I have these 2. I did one last night, was so tired, and then I woke up this morning and that was the first thing I did. Like, I went and put together the other shelf, and I just got done like organizing for the most part and moving my room around. The only thing that I'm missing is probably a little area rug and then a small coffee table, because I want to be able to like do puzzles and work on my book journal, all that stuff. So I'm so excited. Like, I just want to live in here all day, every day, but I have responsibilities that I need to take care of at the same time. So yeah, if you see it in the beginning, this is like my final, I'm gonna call it my final book room move-in video, and I'm so excited. Anyways, also I'm going to talk about my July wrap-up just really quick. I'm not even going to take a long time, and then I'm going to talk about what I'm reading in August, because I filmed like August TBR picks and I just did not like it. I was low energy, was just not feeling it. So I scrapped it, and I did pick 2 books or 2 prompts from my TBR jar. I'm not even gonna do that. I did save the prompts and I'll let you know what they were. And then I also did a boo-boo. So you know how I was doing the TBR cart where I had 25 books that I had on my shelf forever, and decided to wrap them up and then have my homegirl pick numbers and all that stuff. I read 1 book that I was supposed to save for August. I read it in July, so the one that I swapped I'm going to read in August, which I will talk to you about. And then I also will insert because I already have my August picks. So September, October, November, December picks are already pre-recorded, so I will insert those when the months come, and you'll see what I will be reading for my TBR cart. I cannot wait to show you what the picks were. There's some like iffy ones, but I'm going to try my best to read them. If not, like I said, they will be donated. Let's get into the first. Let me just show you a little bit of my book room. I probably will do like a little tour and show you just a little bit, because it's still, it's giving. Like, it's really giving, and I love it for myself. It's a very small room, but I made it my own, and I absolutely love everything in here. Problem. So since it's a small room, I still want my little fireplace because I need my little bouginess in my life. So that was like the number one thing that I was like, I'm not going to change. We will just have books stacked somewhere if I need to like make room, because this is staying. With that being said, I put the 2 shelves in here, the 2 white shelves that I just got yesterday. And I still had tons of books that I needed space for. So I kept the brown shelves for now that I was using. And I just put them on the ends, and I had to put them sideways. So it's kind of like weird, but it's working for now. As long as this part's giving like, and I have my little like sofa and chair. That's all that matters, and I am happy about it. So I'm gonna insert some, you know, clips here and there, and then I'll like come back and talk about like the certain areas that I love, and then we'll go on to the like July wrap up / August TBR. So let's go. Okay, I am at the door when you walk in, and this is like the view of the room, and my dog's sleeping. She is the co-host, and I absolutely love this so far. So see how the shelves over there just don't go like, and there's no space to like put them against the wall like this way. So I had to put them sideways. Same with this side over here. But I don't mind. Like all my books are up and off the floor, which I love. So here, when you walk in, is like my thrillers, like all of my thrillers. This shelf here also hosts some thrillers, and then I have some Christian fiction. I have some other fiction. I have my Colleen Hoover, my Archer's Voice, and then I have a few books that I like want to read soon. So I put those up there, just, you know, a few little pictures or books up there that I want to read. Don't mind my fingers. I was doing some garden work. I got these pictures that I put in these frames off of Amazon, and it came with a pack of 4, so I will show you the other 2 on the other side. Here is my little thing. This is I believe her name is Allison. I like to watch her. She's like a comfort, like she's very mellow, so I just had her in the background. This right here, this little like antique vanity set was given to me by one of my good friends. And then I have, of course, my fireplace. Now over here, some fiction, like romance, all that. My prized possession. I love this little area for now. This is all of my Kristen Hanna, my Abby Jimenez and Emily Henry, and then some other like romance and fiction books. And then me and my hubby up there, and some candle holders. I have some vintage books, this little plant, and then all of the like fiction, historical fiction, romance, and then there's nonfiction down there, some Christian books also. And then I love how this little corner turned out. I did not want to get rid of my chair. I made it work, so we're just going to keep it in here. And then I have this little table for now. I got it, it was in my daughter's room. She didn't want it anymore, so I just put it there. That bog bag over there is books that I'm going to get rid of to a little free library or whatnot. That shelf was like a dark brown. My good friend gave it to me. I spray painted it white, put a little antique book, a plant, and then I love this. Those are those other 2 posters. But this I got at Home Goods. My daughter had seen it first. My husband calls me Mon Cherie, or Mon Cherie. And that's just his nickname for me. So when my daughter seen that, she's like, Mom, you have to get it for your book room. And I'm so glad that I did, because I love it. It's given like kind of vintage, but like cutesy at the same time, and girly, which come down to my love seat that I got off of Marketplace for $20. No, $10, I believe. It was $10. It's not the best. Like it's comfy, and I enjoy it right now. And I will probably keep it till the wheels fall off. And so if it's perfect right here. Got my little reading blanket. I found this pillow at Walmart. It's not the same green, but I still love the different colors because there's like different greens in like posters and stuff. And this little pillow I got from Goodwill Outlet. Washed it. So cute. That's my Kindle that I'm reading, or, using right now. So that is like the overview, and let's get back to the video. as you can see, it's cutesy for me. I'm so happy it's done. Like I said, could live here all day, every day. Anyways, let's get into our July wrap up. The book that I was talking about in the beginning was, I was supposed to save Remarkably Bright Creatures for August, but I ended up reading it in July. And so the book that I was going to, I had to swap or whatever, is, for August, is In 5 Years by Rebecca Searle, and I'm excited to read this. It's a short read. My sister-in-law has read it and said it's really good, so I'm excited to read that. Let's go back to July. So this isn't the first book I read, but I will talk about it since I got that out of the way. Audiobook. I like that there was different like voices for different characters. So it's talking about a woman, an older woman that, you know, was dealing with grief. She lost her husband, and I believe it was like a child that was lost or something. I really didn't pay like full attention, and I believe it's just me that I have so much going on. We'll talk about that in another video. It has to do with work, but you know, it's exciting. Don't get me wrong, it's exciting news, but I'll explain it in another video. So on my way to work or on my way home, I would listen to it, and I believe, I don't know if it was because there's so many characters involved, it felt like I was just like, oh, I don't know what's going on. But main premise is she works at an aquarium and befriends like this octopus named Marcellus, and Tova, I believe is the woman's name. They're like helping each other out. Like Marcellus is an octopus, they don't live long, and so she's just like grieving for him, and he's doing the same, and they just become good friends. I gave it like a 3-star. Everyone says it's really good, like if you really pay attention. It was all right. I don't know. The first book that I did read in July, I finished Solito. It's really good. Memoir by about a 9-year-old El Salvadorian little boy that talks about his journey from El Salvador to the United States. I don't know how I could have done it. I wouldn't have survived. He just had trust in adults that he didn't know. And, you know, the only thing that I did not like, I mean, he's talking as if he's like still 9, and he's like you know, the story is based on him being 9. So it was like a lot of repetitive stuff, like what he's seen, you know, the smells, the experiences and all that. And it was just like, you know, quite repetitive. So it took me forever to get through it because I was just getting bored. But he made it. He's an American, all that stuff. It's really good. And I don't rate memoirs because that's someone's life. I've said that like 100,000 times. So that's why I'm not giving a rating. But I do highly recommend it. The next book that I read in July was One Italian Summer by Rebecca Searle. This was my first Rebecca Searle book, and I loved it. Like, I gave it, I think, a 4.5 star, and it's just about a woman who loses her mother, and she's like, her obsession with her mom was kind of weird, but I understand because, you know, I'm a mom. I love my mom. She passed a few years ago, and my grandma raised me, but my biological mom passed. So I love my grandmother just as much as my mom. And like, I understand like the grief, the hurt, like what do you do without your mom? Because my kids would probably lose it without me, because they tell me that all the time. What would I do? But her and her mother had this plan to go to Italy on like a mother-daughter trip. And she still decided, you know, after her mom passed, she was going to take that trip. She was so obsessed with her mom, though. Like, even her husband was like, she was like, I don't want nothing to do with you. I just want to go on this trip, be by myself, blah, 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 blah. It kind of felt like a magical realism book as well, like that trope, because, you know, I don't want to say too much. Anyway, she goes on this trip and she's like living her best life. It took her a minute to like actually do things, because she's just like, you know what, if my mom was here, we would be doing things. So she actually did stuff, and she had a blast. 4.5 stars. The next one that I read was, it was this one, Malibu Rising, Taylor Jenkins Reid. Also listened to it via audio, and it was good. Like, I say 4-star, I believe that's what I gave it. Not my favorite TJR book. Like, One True Loves is probably going to be my favorite out of her books, but I don't know, like, I love the fact, like, in the beginning it talks about all the wildfires that Malibu has ever gone through, and then it gives like a story of these siblings that are just trying to live their life after, I believe it was their mom passing away, or to be honest, it's been a while, I don't even remember half the story, but it was definitely a good read. Highly recommend. I have to read Carrie Soto is back because she's mentioned in this book, if you do not know, and she wasn't my favorite character, so I want to see what she's all about in her own book. So there you go. And then the last book that I finished in July, Firefly Lane. This was a pick because my best friend's birthday is in July, and this has to do with two best friends, you know, going through life, going through trials, going through grief and all that. And I say, probably in the middle, I was getting kind of bored, but I was like, I'm going to keep going because Chris and Hannah can write a book and she will make you cry. Your heart would be pulled out of your chest quick. So I pushed through, and 75% in, all the way to the end, I was bawling. Like, the only thing that irked me was Tully, which was one of the best friends. She was like a bully friend. Like, oh, you don't want to do this, so you're not my friend. Like, that's what I didn't like. It is a Netflix series, which I started, but I didn't want to keep going because I was like still like 40-ish% in. And so I'm going to pick that back up and see if I like the series just as much as I like the book, and if it's going to make me cry. I hope not. But at the same time, I loved it. I gave it 5-star. I highly recommend. Now, what I'm reading for July, or for, not July, we're done, August. First of all, I am reading My Word. This is a She Reads Truth Bible, and I absolutely love it. It has space to write on the sides, as you can see, like a journaling Bible. I just finished the book of Exodus, which is, it's a good book. And I am also buddy reading this with one of my Instagram friends, Holier Than Thou by Jackie Hill Perry. This was not like part of my TBR, but I had seen she had posted that she had just got that, and I was like, oh, I got it on my shelf. I've been wanting to read it. So I was like, let's buddy read. It's really good. I'm not even that far, but I have highlighted some things. If you don't know, Jackie Hill Perry is a Christian writer. She did start as like a poet, or I forget what they call them. I don't remember, but she writes books, and she also like teaches at conferences and stuff. She's hilarious. Go check her out on Instagram, Jackie Hill Perry. Funny. Like, she is my friend in my head. So I am reading this. I did talk about In 5 Years. Now, the other TBR book that I had picked for August, I believe a while back, it was in one of my older videos, was Anna O. And this one is, I believe, a thriller. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it says, joining the ranks of Gillian Flynn and Alex Michaelides, Matthew Blake delivers the thriller of the year, a dark, twisty, and shocking mystery about a young woman who commits a double murder under the most unlikely of circumstances. I believe she like kills people while she's sleeping. Not 100% sure, but I've heard it's really good. This is a book that I got at the Dollar Tree a while ago, at least a year ago, maybe 2 years. Has to be about a year. So we'll see how it is. Now, what I had picked when I did my TBR jar is, another book that I did not finish in my July TBR, which was one of my 25 and 2025 picks, is The Last Thing He Told Me by Laura Dave. I started probably like a couple days before July ended, and it's okay so far. Like, I'm invested. I want to see what's going on. So far it's about a woman that's married. This husband has a daughter. She has a stepdaughter, and he's working at this company. He ends up going missing, some stuff going on, some laundering, money laundering, who knows, but it's interesting. So I'm going to finish that. Now, my TBR picks from my TBR jar are right here. I still have them. And the first one was a book with the vibe of how I feel now. And so I took all my summer books that I want to read, my summer TBR, and I was feeling like really like bright and airy and in love. Like, my husband and I are like, I love that man to death. And so one of my picks, and I also heard Shaughnessy talking about this on her Instagram not too long ago, is A Love Like the Sun, and this is by Rhys M. Nielsen, I believe is how you say it. And Shaughnessy said it's like a cutesy, romance, and so it says just for one summer. It's talking about like this couple. I believe they're like a young couple. I'm not 100% sure, and I don't want to read the back. Like I said a bunch of times, some of these synopses in the back give the whole story away, and so I just stopped reading, because before, when I first started my channel, I would read the whole synopsis, and then I'm just like, okay, I already know what the story is about. So if you haven't read this, go ahead and check it out. I'm excited to read that. And then the other one was a book I couldn't resist buying. So this one I talked when I did film the video and totally hated it. I had said that I got this book during my indie bookstore day outing with a friend. We went to this indie bookstore, and I'm just like, okay, I really want this book because it's all the rage at the moment. Everyone was reading it, everyone was loving it somewhat, and I was like, I want to get it. And I was like, no, I'm not gonna get it. Ended up going, like, we parted ways that day, and I went to this last indie bookstore on the opposite side of where I was, because I was like, you know what, the day's still young, I still got time, let's go. And I believe my daughter had went with me. She wanted me to pick her up or something, and so I was like, let's go. And I seen the book, and I was like, that's a sign, I'm just gonna get it, which is Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. I've heard so many mixed things about it. Like, some people say it's really good, some are like, she's done better. So I ended up buying it, and I have not read it yet. So I'm probably one of the last booktubers, bookstagrammers that has read this. And so I believe this is probably, after I'm done with The Last Thing He Told Me, I'll probably jump into this one. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe in 5 years, just so I can get that out of the way, because it's a short book. Anyways, let me stop rambling. Tell me what your favorite thing is about this book room, or tell me one thing, if you do have a book room, a book nook, a book area, book corner, book cart, whatever. Anything that has to do with your books. What is your favorite thing about that area, that section, that corner? Share it with me. Anyways, with all of that being said, thank you so much for being so supportive through these little episodes of moving into my book room. And this is just like surreal. It's so surreal for me. Like, I just keep looking at everything, and I'm like, this is mine. But yeah, I am just so blessed, to have this little area, and there's gonna be a lot, I don't know about a lot more videos, but I'm trying to like pace myself. I was getting a little burnt out, And then I had a promotion at work and, you know, chaos and all that stuff at work. So it took me a while. It's probably been a few weeks or so since I've posted a video. And yeah, I was just slowly like moving in and figuring out what I wanted to do with this room. And I'm just so blessed that it's done. It's done and I love every area of it. Anyways, with that being said, thank you for tuning in. Remember that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Talk to you later. Bye.